Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last episodes of the Whispers of the Old Gods card breakdown series. My name is TALPTown, and today I'm joined by...
Dan, I'm at 7.
And...
Moo.
And today, we're back
Frankie.
with a special episode. Now, all the cards are out, and you guys have seen all the cards throughout the last 6 episodes of the series. But now that all the cards are out, me, Falcofart, and Dynamite7, who are all in the same video for the first time in this series ever, are gonna go over our Category 1, our favorite cards. So that's just any card that we really like a lot. Card number 2 that we picked is our card we think is going to be the best. And card number 3 is the card we think is the worst card in Whispers of the Old Gods, or Wotog, as I like to call it. So, but before we get into that, there are some updates. So, the first update is Hogger Doom of Elwyn. Now, this is a 7-mana 6/6 legendary minion that says whenever this minion takes damage, summon a 2/2 Gnoll with Taunt. Now, we finally have the card art for the Gnoll, and it's a 2-mana 2/2 with Taunt. No other card text other than that, and some creepy card art. But it looks pretty good, I'll admit. Our second update of the day is Twilight Summoner. It's a 4-mana 1/1 Death Rattle summon a 5/5 Faceless Destroyer, and it is a 4-mana 5/5 Faceless Destroyer with some pretty cool card art and no card text. Our last update of the day is Bilefin Tidehunter. It's a 2-mana 2/1 Battlecry summon a 1/1 Ooze with Taunt Murloc, and the Ooze it spawns is not a Murloc, but it is a 1-mana 1/1 with Taunt. And even though I said that the Silverhand Murloc is my cutest card of the Whispers of the Old God expansion, that still stands true. The Ooze with this little shield and sword is pretty cute too. Now, moving on to the first card of the day, Dynamite7, what is your favorite card of the Whispers of the Old Gods expansion?
Deathwing Dragonlord.
Why is Deathwing Dragonlord, the 10-mana 12/12 legendary death rattle, put all dragons from your hand into the battlefield, dragon himself, your favorite?
It's a dragon. I like dragons. I play dragon decks. It's a dragon.
Perfect. Now, do you think you'll be running Deathwing and Deathwing Dragonlord together in the same deck, or?
I don't know either.
Well, you have enough. You said you have enough legendaries or dust to craft 2.5 legendaries, right? What if these are both your legendaries?
No, 2.56 legendaries.
2.56 legendaries. So you can get both of these, right?
Yeah.
You should.
So.
Dynamite7, what is your best card?
Is it Scaled Nightmare? Is that what it's called?
That is correct. It's a 6-mana 2/8 minion. At the start of your turn, double this minion's attack, and you guessed it, guys, it's a dragon. What do you think of Scaled Nightmare?
It's a dragon. I'm afraid of this dragon. I play dragon decks. It's a dragon.
Actually, the main reason it's pretty scary is probably because of its 8 health, right?
No.
Why is it most scary then?
Because it's a dragon.
And dragons are scary, right?
Very.
Did you know that Scaled Nightmare, alongside Deathlord and Mayexna, is tied for the most amount of points a Cabal Shadow Priest can steal at 10?
No, that's not true.
Yep, it's totally
No,
true.
because Scaled Nightmare gains attack.
No, I'm just saying when Cabal takes it, it's time. But obviously, of the 3, Deathlord, Scaled Nightmare, and Mayexna, this is probably either the scariest or second scariest to have against you. I would be pretty terrified.
On a scale of 4 to 18, how scary would you be if you were a dragon?
Nightmare?
Just a dragon.
Get it? Because his name's Scale Nightmare. Scale Nightmare. Get it?
I don't get it.
It's funny. Alright, Dynamite7, what is your worst card?
Herald
This is the 6-mana 5/5 Priest minion, Priest legendary, excuse me. Battlecry, summon a 1/1 copy of each of your other minions, and no, as you can guess, if it was a dragon, he'd love it, but it's not a dragon. So
It's
why
not a dragon.
do you not like Herald Volage?
I don't like non-dragons and non-priest cards. They're all terrible. Or I don't like this priest card.
Do you think that if
It's
someone played
bad.
Village against you, you'd be scared?
I'd tell them that they shouldn't play this game anymore, and then say "wow," the "wow" emote,
What's the WoW emote?
the new one.
There's a new emote?
Hmm
Oh, I didn't know that.
I literally told you this like 2 minutes before this recording, Talpers.
Um, oh. Oh, okay. I guess I did know then. Question mark? And I wonder, just a random lucky guess, is it getting rid of the sorry emote?
Yeah,
Oh. Wow. It's like I can really tell things.
yeah. You
Thanks,
really can
Falcofart.
tell things.
Now how about you take it away? What is your favorite card from the Whispers of the Old Gods expansion? Hello?
My favorite card is the Rogue Legendary, which is a Zerial Poison Mind. That I think that's correct. Uh, it. I'm very excited to play Rogue, specifically in the new standard format and stuff, because it has very efficient removal, which is not as strong when everything you kill like comes back, like Piloted Shredder. So. And this legendary allows combos easily. So that's about it, really.
Okay, while the
It's
toxin...
pretty good. It synergizes with like the Shadowcaster ISK cards
Mhm.
that are like copy. It's like the Shadowcaster is 5 mana that copies its effects in a sense. So it's very and it's good with the Mountain Raptor and stuff as well. So I'm
Mhm.
very excited to play this card.
Of the toxins, which you guys saw in, I think it was episode 4 or 5, of the toxin cards, which
It's
is your
probably
favorite?
earlier, actually. The draw a card one's probably the best one by far. The deal 2 damage one is pretty good because you want to have like the Holy Smites in your deck, but they just are too uh they're only good at the start of the game, basically, right?
Mhm.
Because at the end of the game you can't kill anything with them, but at the start of the game you can kill like basically everything with them.
Right.
So it's like that one's okay if you play this earlier.
And then what's the worst
Um,
toxin card?
the worst one, well, you said the Shadow Step one, but the Shadow Step one, you can Shadow Step this guy back and get another Toxin with.
But if you had Shadow Step, you could Shadow Step 0 poison mine back to
Yeah, but
yourself.
what if you don't want to play Shadow Step? Like what if your deck doesn't have enough room for it,
I see what you mean. There's room for
right?
flexibility, yes. Anyways,
So basically
What if you're
it's
playing Mill Rogue?
well then you could have both.
wheat.
Okay.
Meal wheat. What is your best card or your mayor card?
What?
It's
What's
French
Mayor?
for best.
Oh, it's the Shifter's Xeris, which is the legendary that you never play it as it is. Oh, this makes Confessor Paltris worse. I just realized that because you could get this 1/1 off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it changes form. Okay, it transforms into a random minion at the start of your turn, every turn.
It just says each turn this is in your hand, so I assume it's at the start of your turn. Yeah.
Well, I don't know when it is. Okay, it happens. And so basically, if you're playing any deck that goes into fatigue against other control decks, so Warrior, like Freeze Mage is a control deck, but it doesn't it's not doesn't play minions like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like Warrior, if you're playing some sort of like Ramp Druid during the later games, you often just pass your turn, waiting for your to react react to what your opponent's playing, right? So you may put this card in, and if it, on one of those later turns, it's a like Ysera, Ragnaros type minion that's very beneficial, you will just play it instead of passing your turn. And that's why I think it's really great.
I agree. I think this is a good card. But I'm pretty sure I'm never ever gonna get this card ever because I have the worst luck when it comes to packs ever. Anyways, Falcofart, what is your worst card of Wotog?
I think Tentacles for Arms is pretty bad.
That is the Warlock 5
If it
mana.
costed 3 or 4 mana, it might be played. But like, even if you're playing like Mill Warrior, right? And in Mill Warrior, you're probably just clicking Armor Up every turn, and then passing or reacting to what your opponent's playing. So like, your opponent plays a minion, you execute it or Shield Slam it, right? That's it. But like, 5 mana to deal 4 damage, just what? Like, you still take the damage as well. So I just don't understand why you would play this card. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Also, I have a question, and I'm sure this is already answered in Hearthstone. I just don't know. If you have 10 cards and you use up the weapon,
You don't get it.
it
You
just
don't get it.
disappears.
If you somehow uh um so on Tavern Brawl, remember when it's like you play a minion and you gain a spell?
Yep.
If you have 10 cards and you use a panda to panda back a minion, you'll get the spell and then your minion will be destroyed.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
And then with like Vanish, the rogue card, if you have a full hand, your entire board dies.
Ah, good to know. And I guess you could do that with sap to your opponent too.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyways, so now that those two have gone, I will go myself. And my favorite card from the Whispers of the Old Gods expansion is definitely Doomcaller. It's the 8 mana 7/9 battle cry. Give your Cthulhu +2/+2 wherever it is, and if it's dead, shuffle it into your deck. The reason I love this card so much is for one, for 8 mana, the 7/9 body, while not great, is pretty decent. And I mean, 5 damage is usually enough to do the job anyways. But having 9 health and 7 attack does put it in BGH range, but it having 9 health allows for it to not be easily removed using spells or other creatures on the board. And 7 damage is still pretty lethal as well. The Give Your Cthulhu +2/+2. Falcofart said something about that last episode that it seemed like the Cthulhu effects didn't really do anything, affecting the mana-wise. I mean,
Hinder the mana cost.
yeah, but giving you Cthulhu +2/+2, that's pretty good. And if it's dead, shuffle it into your deck. So not only does that stave off, for one, fatigue, if it's dead, you get an extra turn of that, so that's an extra card in your deck, because you're not necessarily going to get it right back away. But if it's turn 8 and your Cthulhu's dead, you can get another Cthulhu round. And I believe the Cthulhu does keep its buffs. Am I right about this? Anyone know for sure?
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah, because it's wherever it is, and I assume that means in its discard pile as well.
Death, like, yeah, probably. I don't see why it wouldn't.
So if your Cthulhu's keeping it again, let's say I think I read somewhere that the predicted average Cthulhu is going to be 14/14. If it's
That's
played,
it?
If it's played on turn 10 and you're playing.
Oh yeah, I can see that then.
So just having an extra 14 wapams, excuse me, just having an extra wapams, is pretty devastating late game. Especially when you're playing in a game that's going the long run, because if it doesn't destroy your opponent's board, and then really you're probably screwed anyways. Moving on to the the card I think is the best in Wotog. It's on. Actually no, sorry. This is another one of my favorite cards. I forgot I did this. This is a second one of my favorite cards. I love this card. It's a hunter spell. and it's a 1 mana spell on the hunt. It's deal 1 damage and summon a 1/1 Mastiff. I think for 1 mana to deal 1 damage, Shiv is a 2 cost. Is rogue Shiv is a rogue card that is.
But Shiv is also like a really like bad card mana wise, but you play Shiv for the card draw, not the mana.
I'm just saying Shiv is a similar effect where it does 1 damage and it has another effect. But it's just like summoning the 1/1
It's Elven Archer.
Yeah, it's Elven Archer in a spell. So it's a spell activator as well. And it still summons the minion.
Damage.
So yeah, it can be affected by spell damage, and it still summons the minion. So it can activate things like I would say
Knife Juggler.
Knife Juggler, but Knife Juggler's been nerfed, so probably no one's gonna play a Knife Juggler. Or at least
it might be played in some Warlock decks that have a lot of 1/1s and stuff.
That's true. I think
might be
On
played
the
in
Hunt
Face
is a
Hunter
very good
still.
hunter spell.
No, hunters don't play a lot of minions, so you might get more damage off of other 2-drops. Like, they don't play a lot of mass spawns, but warlocks have like ink gambosses,
I see what you mean.
which single-handedly can get like 3 or 4 juggles off.
I see what you mean. I just think that this is going to be at least looked at the beginning of Wotog. And then my best card of Wotog is Blackwater Pirate. For any decks that play weapons, it's a 4 mana 2/5, which for 4 mana is quite low, but 5 health on a 4-drop is average. So it's not going to necessarily be killed by lower cost drops, like 3, 2, and 1. Obviously not 1. But having 5 health, I think, is a huge thing. And, of course, it's got that pirate synergy. And there is so much pirate synergy in Wotog. It's crazy. There's, like, 4 new pirate cards. That's unseen of. Unseen. I don't even know if there are 4 pirate cards in Hearthstone.
Yeah, there is. There's the 2/1 charge weapon, Captain Green Skin, the 3/3 give everything, buff your pirates.
The 2/3 that's in attacking
there's
your weapon.
the 4/3 taunt.
The
4 cost 3/3 taunt, cost less for weapon. There's the 2/3 gain attack of weapon. That's like 5.
That's Bloodsteel Raven,
Captain's
by the way.
Parrot, if you count it.
Captain's Parrot, worst card of all time.
It doesn't have a pirate tag. No.
Captain's
It's the
Parrot
same
doesn't have a
stats
pirate
as
tag?
Gnomish Engineer. No, it doesn't. It says its text is like
Get another
What's
pirate
it
card from your deck.
draw a pirate card.
Yeah.
So if you're
Terrible.
playing a pirate deck, it might actually.
Who plays
'Cause
pirate?
it's
Actually,
draws,
you know what?
like, almost a
now you might be
specific
able to play a
minion.
pirate deck, but before, no way. Anyways, I love this card so much because it makes your weapons cost 2 less, and for some classes, such as a paladin, having a 2 mana not Light's Justice, True Silver, in certain situations can be
Third time's the charm.
pretty game saving. And as well as there are a lot of new weapons out there, like the Hammer of Twilight for Shaman, which could be really useful on turn. I guess technically you could play it on turn 4. That'd be super useful on turn 4. It's a 4 mana 4/2 with the 4/2 coming out of it, and if you can get that for 2 cost, I think it's 5 mana. Excuse me, 3 cost. I think that's exceptional, and I think Blackwater Pirate should be at least looked at if you're running a deck that has multiple weapons in it. And for the most sucky card and the final card of this Wotog wrap up, it's Gom Rager. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
You actually put that in?
It's the 3 mana 1/5.
But it's a vanilla card.
It is a vanilla card.
So you wouldn't actually play vanilla cards in Constructed. So pick a card that isn't vanilla.
Oh.
Because I would argue the 3 mana 4/1 is actually worse.
Duskboar?
Yep.
It's 2 mana.
Oh, 2 mana 4/1 is actually worse, I would argue.
Having a 3-mana 4/1 beast compared to Magma Rager, which is a 3-mana 5/1 beast.
No, that's not the point.
That would be the I'm not beast. That would be the worst. That 3-mana would be the most embarrassing card slot ever if it had Duskboar, Gom Rager, Magma Rager, and Ice Rager. It would be the
Ice
worst.
Rager isn't actually too bad.
Did you hear that? Can I get that sound clip recording played? Let's play it in slow-mo.
It's not too bad.
It's
Okay.
not too bad.
It's not good. It's not bad. It's not good. It's closer to bad, but it's not on the bad side yet.
I know what card I don't remember. What's the name of the what Eater of Secrets? That is
That's
my
also
worst
not
card.
bad though.
Eater of Secrets is the worst card ever. If your opponent is not playing Secrets, and it doesn't look like Secrets are going to be a super prevalent class coming up. I'm not saying there won't be secret decks, but I'm not saying there's nothing added. There was only stuff taken away to make secret decks less effective. In the loss of Kazan Mystic, and there were no new secrets added in this entire time. So what I'm saying is, Eater of Secrets is the most useless card the world has ever seen, because if there are no secrets, it is terrible. Every single part of that card in a deck where there are no secrets for your opponent is just ridiculous.
But what if there are secrets?
Then it's slightly decent. Then you actually have use for it. But that's pretty much it. Because for 4 mana, getting 2 attack out of it is pretty bad. But but I did just have a card earlier which had 2 attack at 5 slot. But that's because I had 5 health. This card has 4 health. That means that a 2-drop could kill it.
What 2-drop?
Duskboar. If you go on Hearthstone, 44% of people think that it's playable.
Duskboar or Eater of Secrets?
Eater of Secrets. That's it.
Yeah. I never said the card was good. Okay, think of it this way, right? Freeze Mage, right? You know how Freeze Mage works a little bit?
Yeah.
They play Ice Block, right? Maybe you don't want this for the body. You just want this thing to say, I win against Freeze Mage.
That's true. But
just think of it as 4 mana, your opponent doesn't have secrets. Destroy all secrets. It's not worth 4 mana.
And they don't trigger either, right? Fart?
No. What?
Yeah.
No. But Flare does the same thing. Now, Flare is a Hunter card. I'll give you that. It's a class card for Hunter. But Flare does the same thing for 2 cost. All minions lose stealth, and you draw the card.
But how many stealth minions are there, though?
It doesn't even matter. It's just a bonus effect. You don't lose anything. The only thing you're not gaining is the +1/1.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's the only card that says secrets suck. So if everybody's playing secret decks, it's the only card you can play against it. So then it will be good.
I agree. But it doesn't look like it's going to be like that. So that's why I say Eater of Secrets is the worst card announced. Or the worst card from Whispers of the Old Gods. And my favorite comment that I read on the forums is this. If you can't beat it, eat it. That's in the comments of the Eater of Secrets. If you can't beat it, eat it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the last episode of the Whispers of the Old Gods breakdown. So, I just want to ask final impressions. Falcofart first. Were you impressed, unimpressed, or met your expectations for Whispers of the Old Gods?
In what way? Amount of cards? Quality of cards?
The goodness of cards.
Quality? So I think that
You can't
I
measure
expected
goodness.
weaker cards.
Weaker cards than you expected. What do you think, Dynamite 7?
No, I expected weaker cards.
Oh, you
I
expect...
don't
so
think it's. I don't think it's. It's as good as the Grand Tournament.
I expected them to try and make cards weaker so people play their old cards from TGT and stuff.
But they really didn't try to do that, actually. There are actually a lot of good cards.
Which is why I thought they would make weaker cards.
Yeah. Overall, I am impressed. Because when TGT came out, I was not impressed by TGT, I'll admit. Because TGT, I would say, is split into mainly two categories. Good cards that are used, and really, really, really bad cards. And basically, TGT was one of those two. You basically, you open a pack and you had like a 50-50 chance of getting a card you could even look at. But I think that this card is a lot better than that. And Dynamite 7, Falcon Fart left us, unfortunately, he had to go.
I
But-
did not know that.
What are your final impressions? What do you want the viewers to know about Whispers of the Old Gods before we go?
It's not going to be as good as the Grand Tournament.
What do you mean?
I think the Grand Tournament's going to be much better.
You mean was much better?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, now you guys know it's Whisper of the Old Gods. I hope you guys have been informed all series long. I will see you guys tomorrow. No, I'll see you guys on Thursday for another episode of Attack of the B Team with Dynamite 7. And then we'll be back on Saturday with a new episode of England TSL with Dynamite 7. And I'll be back on Monday with a new episode of Hearthstone Mondays. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all
Next time. Bye.